Hey guys, so now I'm going to show my next variation I like to do from this scenario. So my opponent has the Toriano grips. He starts going for the pass. I frame, I push the knee, I get that bottom grip, I cup the leg, I start hooking under to get to the kiss of the dragon position. So let's move this side a little bit. Like a little bit. Boom, boom. So now we're here. Again, I'm always using this knee to keep his body up. I'm using this underhook to keep his hip up. So now what I'm going to do is I grab the butt grip, I push his armpit to get my foot to his armpit to close this knee. This is all I'm focused on, is closing this knee. When I feel I go here, he's going to defend by opening his knee. So now I can't close his knee. So what do I have to do? I put in the baby bola hook, and now I'm back into the baby bola position. So now I'm going to try to go for the baby bola, stretching him to take the back. I put his weight on top of me. He's going to lay back again. So now I try to go to another position that we just did, the crab ride position, where I put his legs over his head. But now I'm going to feel some resistance on his hips, putting weight on my body. So I don't feel like I can lift it now. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my foot on his leg. I'm going to put my leg inside. I'm going to lock the twister hook in. When I lock the twister hook in, guys, it's very important every time I lock the twister hook in that I put his knee to the mat. Now I control his hips. If I don't put his knee to the mat, he can step on the mat and reverse this position on me. And now he can take my back. So every time I do this position, I have to put his knee on the mat. So I'm here. He goes, I push the knee, I grab, I put both feet on the arm, I hook, I get to this position. Kiss of the dragon. So I grab the butt grip, I push his armpit, I start pushing his armpit here. He opens his knee, I hook his knee, now I'm in the baby bola position. I connect to the back leg, I start getting the both butt grips, I start going for the baby bola. He starts laying backward. Now when he lays backward, guys, I want to go to the crab ride position I did before, putting both legs on the mat. But now he's going to defend by putting his weight on his butt. So I don't feel like I can lift him now. So instead of forcing the other position, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my back leg, I'm going to put it on his leg here. I'm going to take my leg out, I'm going to hook and put in the twister hook position here. Now I'm here. Now guys, if you're not as flexible here, what I say to always do is I say to hook with your back leg and lock a triangle with your leg, just so I can reinforce my foot on his knee. This is just a rule of thumb for if you're not as flexible to go immediately to here. If you feel like you need to, you hook, you put your foot beating down, and then you hook to get the twister hook in. Now I step on the floor to put his knee to the mat, and I take the back under hook, seatbelt, like we discussed before. So we're here. He goes for the Toriano, I push, I frame. I go here, I hook his knee, I go under, he goes on one knee. I get here, I lift up this grip, I get the grip, I keep my knee putting pressure on this leg, I get the butt grip, I pummel my leg in. Now I'm in the baby bola position. I move my body back to try to go baby bola. If I can, I'm going to take the back right here. I start lifting to go to the back, he lays back. So now I have two options. I can go to the crab ride, or if I feel like I can't go crab ride because he's putting too much weight on his butt. So now I can't lift him. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my foot behind his leg, I'm going to hook, I'm going to lock the twister hook. If I'm not as flexible, I use my leg behind his knee, I beat down to lock the twister hook. Now I stretch, I put his knee to the mat, I throw my hook in, and I take the back. Again. Notice guys, every time I do a position, I go off of his reaction. I never try to force one position. And I feel like a lot of people ask me, oh, how do you do this position? It's based on their reaction. You can't do one position if someone's defending it a certain way. You have to go with them. You can't go against them. You can, but you need a lot of strength and you have to force a position. You know, so I don't like to ever force. I like to go with whatever he gives me. So for this scenario, I feel like he's giving me the twister hook based on his reaction. So he goes, I put the foot, I frame on the knee, put the foot on the shoulder, get to our position here. He falls down, I underhook the leg, I grab the butt grip. I push to try to close the knee. If I get close to the knee, no problem. I'm gonna do the first one I showed. So now I'm here, I hook, we're in the baby ball position. I grab the puck grips, I pull down to take the back baby ball. He falls backward. So I missed a chance to take his back with the baby ball because he got his hips in the mat. I stretch the stack here. If I can stack him here, I'm gonna take his back. He feels me starting to put pressure, he puts weight on his butt. So now all I do is I step on his leg, I lock the twister hook position here. Now when I lock the twister hook position, I could reinforce it with a triangle here. Sometimes I do this because I have short legs also. If you have longer legs, it's easier to just keep the twister hook here. Sometimes I lock a triangle like this, just for extra reinforcement, so if he straightens this leg, I have more control of his body if I have that triangle. And less flexible people, this is a little easier for you guys as well. So the rule of thumb when you get to twister, what I want you guys to think about is putting this knee to the mat immediately. The second I get his knee to the mat, it's over. I won the battle because he can't come back with his hips. It's like I already have my hook in. Like if I'm on the back here, I already have my hook in when his hip is on the mat, his knee is on the mat. So when I have the twister hook, when I get his knee to the mat, I won the battle because I already beat his hips to the mat. So I'm able to climb up now to take the back, no problem. Again. Here. Try to stretch. I feel like you're strong. Lock the triangle. Step on the mat if I need to. If I feel like I'm trying to put his knee to the mat, I feel some resistance with his hip. All I do is, I try to put his knee to the mat, I feel like I can't. All I do is I step on the mat to move his knee to the floor. That's a very important detail here. So, if I'm trying to put his knee to the floor, and I feel like his hip is fighting me a little bit, I'm just going to step on the mat and change the angle of his hip. Now his knee touches the floor, it's over. I can underhook, I can pull myself to him, or I can pull him to me. The finish is whatever he's doing. If he flat backs, you do one. If he does the other, you do the other. So here, I'm here. He goes for the Toriano. Here. Go here, I start going. He falls. I try to go crab ride. He defends. I go twister hook. I try to stretch down. He lifts his hip up. I lock the triangle. I step on the mat. I move my body to connect his knee to the mat. I try to pull him to me. If he doesn't go and I pull him to me, I pull myself to him to get the back. Seatbelt, fist on the chest, head to head. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show another variation I like to do, attack from this position. So I'm going to be here, my opponent's going to get the Toriano grips, he's going to start passing, I frame the knee, I pummel my legs, throw the leg over, I get to the kiss of the dragon. So So when I get the kisser dragon, I'm using this knee to keep his body up. I grab the butt grip. I start trying to bend his knee. He opens his knee. I get to the baby bowl position to take the back here. Now I'm going to try to take the back. He's going to lay back again. So before, the first option I can do is crab right here. The second option, I feel his weight's on his butt a little bit, but I still have the angle. I could go twister hook. Now, I feel like he moved his body back, and I lost the angle to do that now because his body's on the floor. I can't lift up his hip now. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take this far leg next to me. I'm going to hook my shin across his leg, and I'm going to grab the collar, and I'm going to come up. How I come up here, guys, is I take my back leg, I butterfly sweep my leg up to put pressure to come on top here. Here, if he cross faces me, I can go arm triangle. If he's here, I can pass the guard here. I can go knee cut here. I can pass to this side. There's so many options from this position. But I just want to show you guys how to get here and how I like to get here. So he's here, he comes up. He goes to rondo. I pummel, I push. I connect, I go under. I connect, I grab the butt grip. I push the shoulder to get my foot on his armpit. He opens, I connect my foot to his knee. I start going for the back. He lays backward. So I want to go crab ride. That's my go-to, is to go crab ride and put his foot to the floor. And then if his weight's still on me, if I have his butt on me still, I go twister hook. But now he moved his butt away from me. So I can't go twister hook here. My leg is not long enough to go twister hook here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this leg right here. I'm going to put a butterfly hook in. I'm going to grab the collar. And I stand up by letting go of my back hook. I put it on the floor to stand up, to come on top here, into this position, where I have various attacks. Boom. 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 Always just getting to this position is my goal. So here, goes Toriano, frame, under, with the butt grip. I start closing, he opens his knee, my foot in, going for the baby bowl, he falls. I go crab ride, twister hook, he moves his body back, so now I have no control of his hips, I can't lift him now. I grab the leg, I put his leg on my hip. I put the shin, I hook my leg like a hook. I grab the collar, I move my back leg back here. So now I can stand up to come here. If I can, I'll pull his body more here to take the back here. But more flexible guys, they're gonna keep their weight heavy here on their back, and I can go arm triangle, I can go here, I can go knee cut, I could go to this side. I have many options once I get to this hook position here. Again. Goes Toriano, frame, push, boom, boom. Go here, consider dragon. Boom, push, I close, hook. Start going for the back, fall. I go here, I'm trying to go twister hook. He moves his body back. I hook his leg. I do a small hip escape to the side to put this bottom leg to the mat, just like before. When I went for the twister hook, I put his knee to the mat. I'm doing that here. I put his hip to the mat. Now his knee is free once his hip touches the mat. I hook, I grab the collar, I move my back leg back. I sweep and I come up, putting pressure on his knee. Now I can pass the guard here. I can go knee cut. I can go into the pass here. I have so many options once I get here. I can even go to mount. Okay. Just pay attention to the butterfly hook. That's what's giving me the power to come up from there, you know? So here, pummel, push, connect. Kiss of the dragon, I close, I open my knee. I go butt grips, I roll, I go crab ride. He pushes, I go twister hook. He moves his body back. Now I put his knee to the mat. I connect my knee to his other knee, my hook to his other knee. I make a strong hook here, so I have control of his hip. I grab the collar, I move my hip back, Now I come on top here. Now when I come on top, I have so many options. Taking the back, past the guard, knee cut, my legs inside. I can go like a leg weave style, folding pass. So many options. Okay. So I go for the twister, he moves his body back. So now I don't have the angle for the twister. I put my hook back in, and I put his knee to the mat to get the hook here. I grab his collar, now I come up. Putting pressure with my knee on his hip to close his knee. Cast it. Boom, boom, knee cut. Good, folding cast to the side. Do some real-time speed. Okay guys, so I'm going to show one more last back take, and this is one of my favorite back takes to use, and I wanted to show you guys this because it's a lot of fun to do. If you could hit it, it's a lot of fun. So my opponent here is going to get the Toriano grips, all our normal setup we did. Boom, he runs to the side, we go here, we get to the here. Go to kiss of the dragon, I'm here. I get the butt grip, I push the shoulder, closing the knee. I can't, so I go to the baby ball, he rolls, I'm here. I couldn't lift him up, so his knee, I get his knee to the floor, I hook the butterfly hook, I come up on top, I get to this leg drag position. But a lot of times when I'm here, I don't feel strong enough to just close his hip and come up on top. So what happens is when I start coming up, he opens his hip here. So instead of forcing this position, I don't go against him. I keep my collar grip, I put my head down, and I just roll the other side. I put his knee to the mat, and now I take the back here. Move over. So we're here. He gets the Toriano grips. He starts passing. Pommel, push. I go into the kiss of the dragon. I get here. I push. I go for the back. I start going. He falls. I start going for the back here. He puts his knee to the mat. So instead of forcing the come up position, I'm trying to come up. And instead of forcing the come up here, all I'm going to do is I wait for him to open his hip. When he opens his hip, his leg, I roll. Now I put his knee to the mat just like Twister. I punch my grip. I throw my hook in. Now I beat him down. And I take the back. He goes here. I pummel. He starts going to the side. Push and make my grips. I go under. I get to the kiss of the dragon. I get the butt grip, I pummel my leg. Start going to the back take, he rolls. So I'm here, I'm trying to go here. I feel like I can't lift him up to go here. I can't go twister hook, and so I go to the butterfly position. I start coming up. I can't come up. I feel like he's too strong opening his head, so I don't force it. I try to come up. Now all I do is I take my head, I bury my head, and I put my weight on my shoulders. So I don't look the other way for this one. All I'm doing is burying my head and putting my weight on my shoulders. So now I can roll the other way, and I can throw my hook in and take the back. Here. Oh, sorry. Okay guys, so I'm gonna explain how I approach guard and how I think about guard. I think that it's very I think of it in two ways, and I really want to show you guys how I approach guard. So for the opponent on top of my guard to get over my legs, for him to get over my legs, he has to keep my weight on my shoulders so he can get over my leg, so go over one of my legs. So every time my opponent's getting over my guard and I lift my hips, he can't get over my guard. It doesn't matter where he is, over, under, he's going over, under. I can take my legs out when I lift up my hips. So come back. So every time anyone's trying to get over your guard, you lift up your hips, they cannot get over your guard. And now the same rule of thumb applies for if the person's trying to stack your guard. So if he's trying to stack my guard, let's say double stack for example, I put my weight on my legs, on my hips. Now he can stack me. So every time he's trying to outside pass me, go Toriando, go leg drag, like a leg drag. If I put my weight on my hips when he's throwing my legs, he can pass my guard every time. The reason being is because my weight's on my hips, I'm helping him drag my leg. I'm helping him stack me onto my neck. So every time he's trying to get over my legs, my hips are up to keep him from getting over my legs. Every time he's trying to throw my legs or lift up my hips, what I have to do now is this. I have to completely shut off my legs. Any weight I put on his body with my legs is power for him to lift me. So how do I do this? All I do is I put all my weight on the back of my neck. And when I put all the weight on the back of my neck, I keep my legs up and I grab the sleeves and I do this with my hands. What is this doing? This is reinforcing the pressure onto my neck and shoulders. So now he tries to lift me. He has no pressure to lift me because my weight's not on him. It's very difficult for him to lift me. I feel like 1,000 times heavier because I'm not putting weight on him. If I put my weight on him, lift me up. If I'm in leg drag and you go to leg drag me and I put weight on my hips. Now watch, I put my weight on my neck, drag my leg. I'm not using my legs at all. I'm just shutting off my legs and I'm just putting all my weight on my neck. So what I think about in guard is these two concepts. I play in guard, however I like to play guard. If the person is trying to get over my legs, I'm lifting my hips to keep him from getting over my legs. Now if the person is trying to stack me, if he's trying to Toriando pass me, if he's trying to throw me, I put my weight on my neck. So we go stack, I put my weight on my neck. Now go Toriando, like a leg drag, like a throw by. All I'm doing is putting my weight on my neck. If my weight's on my hips, throw my leg. Now I put my weight on my neck, throw my leg. He can't because he has nothing to throw because my leg is heavy because I'm not using my legs. So all I'm doing is shutting off my legs, putting all the weight on my neck, and my legs are dead. I'm making my legs dead in this scenario. So here, he's going double stack. If I put weight on my legs, he's gonna lift me up, no problem. So all I do is this: I shut off my legs, I put all my weight on my neck, and I just make my legs dead. Now lift me up. He can't because my weight's not on him. So what is he lifting now? He's lifting the bottom part of my body and my neck. So instead of lifting where my legs are. So every time, it doesn't matter where I am, leg drag, toreando, anytime he's throwing my legs to the side, anytime he's stacking me, my weight is on my neck. Every time he's trying to get over my legs somehow, my weight is on my hips. So when I'm playing guard, I have to manage and think about both scenarios, and I have to know when to do either or. So first he's passing, he's trying to get over my legs. I'm using my hips to keep him from getting over my guard. Now he's gonna go double unders and start stacking me. So now I have to switch from my hips to my neck. Now lift me up. Now he can't lift me up here. So now he's gonna try to go over one of my legs, go over under. Now I'm here, I'm using my hips again to clear my guard. So now he throws my leg. He throws my leg, my weight's on my neck. Now he's gonna go inside my guard. I lift up my hips, now I'm free again. So I'm constantly going back and forth between lifting my hips up and keeping my weight on my neck. And I have to know how to balance both. And it's very important to think about it. Like if they're trying to get over your legs, your weight's on your hips. And if your weight's on your leg, if their weight's on your hips, they can't get over your legs because your hips are up. But if they're trying to stack or throw your legs, if your weight's on your hips, you're helping him. But if your weight's on your neck, throw the leg, you can't because my neck is, this part of my body is off. He can't lift what isn't there. It's dead weight instead of being active weight. Active weight, I'm helping him. Look at how my weight's on his arm. He has power now to lift me. When my weight's on my neck, my legs are dead. He can't lift up my legs now. So here, just go back and forth between going over my leg and stack. Lifting up my hips, I'm here. He goes to stack me. He's here. My weight's on my neck. Now we're here. He goes over my leg. Here. Now go over under. Here. I lift up my hips. Here. Now you go stack. You go here. Look, even in pushing my legs to my head, my weight's on my neck, he can't. So I'm going to put my weight on my hips now. Bring my legs to the floor. Now I'm going to put my weight on my neck. Go. All I'm doing is putting all the weight on my neck, and it shuts off his ability to stack me and everything. The only option he has when my weight's on my neck is to get over my leg. And I address that by putting my weight on my hips. You know, so let's go here. And I'm just going to flow a little bit. You're just going to keep going back and forth. Leg over. Yeah. So I really wanted you guys to see this concept, and you guys are going to see how much I use it from everywhere, how I play this position, and I really think that this is going to change your approach to guard if you focus on those two things and when you use one versus the other. Okay guys, so now I'm going to explain a little more of the concept that I talked about before. So my opponent's going to have double stack on me, which is one of the most popular passes in Jiu-Jitsu. The person gets the double unders. He's going to have the grips on my pants. He's going to be here. So a lot of times I hear people say, oh, when you're in double unders, put all your weight on your legs. And this is really wrong. The reason why it's wrong is I'm giving him weight to lift me. So every time I put my weight on my legs, now lift me over my head. Because all my weight is on top of him. He can lift me up. So like I discussed before with the concept, I shut off my legs and I put my weight on my neck. Now lift me up. He can't lift me up because my weight isn't on him. So now he's lifting dead weight. My legs have no weight on them. I'm completely shutting off my legs and making them dead. So now he cannot lift up my legs. All my weight is beating on my neck. So this part of my body is extremely heavy now, and this part of my body is just dead weight. He can't lift me up, so now I just stay here. So now he can't lift me up to past the guard. So now we're here again. He goes double unders. Immediately when I get here, if you put your weight heavy, you're gonna get stacked hard. There's no way around it. Every time you make your legs heavy on his body, you get lifted. So immediately, I take my weight off of him. Immediately. No weight is on him right now. All my weight is on my neck. He tries to lift me. Now he can't. So now what am I going to do to get out of this position, guys? All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to make a grip on his cross collar. I'm going to put my knee inside of his shoulder. I'm going to push his shoulder away. And now look at this little hole I have on his arm. This is all I need to put my hook on his shoulder here. Now that I'm able to get my shoulder here, I can pummel my other leg in. And now I'm back in open guard. Again, he goes here. I put my weight on my shoulder. He starts lifting. He can't, so now he's here. I go cross collar. I push his shoulder away to get my knee on his shoulder. To pummel my foot onto his shoulder. To pummel my leg in to get the open guard. And he goes double unders. He's here. He starts lifting. He can't because my weight's not on him. My weight's on top of him. I'm getting thrown hard. So I'm here. My weight's not on him lifting. He can't because my weight's not on him. I go cross collar. I go knee shield. Putting weight with my grip on his hand and shoulder to make a hole here. This is all I need as space to get my foot inside. To push the shoulder, pummel my leg to get the open guard here. Change the angle so they can see from here. He's here. If I put my weight on my legs, I'm getting thrown. Boom. So immediately all I do is I take the weight off of my legs and I put my weight on my neck. So throw me. He can't because my weight's not on him. My weight is completely on the mat. He can't lift me now. So I can grab the cross collar, go knee shield, pummel in to get back to open guard. Change angles. Okay, go. Always pay attention, guys, to this concept that anytime he's lifting you up, you're not using your hips. The more I use my hips, the more he's gonna stack me. I have to do the opposite of using my hips. I have to use my neck, shutting off my legs. This is so important, guys. I use this everywhere. He's here. If I put my weight on my legs, I'm getting thrown. I take my weight off my legs. He can't lift me because my weight's on my neck. He cannot lift me here. It's impossible. He needs a lot of supplements. He goes knee shield. I put my leg in. I throw my leg in. Now I'm in open guard. I make my legs heavy. I get thrown. I take my weight off my legs and I put it all on my neck. I wish you guys could feel it because it feels like it's a feel thing. And how I could explain it is all I'm doing is shutting my legs off completely. Like they're off. You know, and all the weight I'm just pressing on my neck. And I just grab the sleeves and I'm just opening my sleeves a little bit just to reinforce my weight on my neck, and he tries to lift me. Now I'm dead weak. Now I go to the collar. Here, I pummel my legs and I have the open guard.